From the thong-wearing beaches of Miami, Florida, to the flannel-wearing ski bunnies of Whistler, BC, this is The Qualk Show with your host, Carol Rosher.
Welcome to The Qualk Show and happy Saturday night. I'm your host, Carol Rosher, and on tonight's show we have an amazing cast of characters for you to enjoy. We have Stephanie, mama to two little girls. Hallie is a surrogate mom as well as a mama to a 6-year-old.
Okay.
We have Amanda back by popular demand. And she, of course, is mother, mom to kids aging from 2.5 to 13. Wow. You are busy. We are also thrilled to have a special guest here with us tonight, Diane Ponis. She is a mom to 4 children, and they have a 5th on the way. And she's actually from down in your neck of the woods, Stephanie. She's from good old Pennsylvania.
Stop. We need to be buddies.
There you go. I'm surprised you guys don't know each other. You obviously don't live in my small town. You totally would. Two families of lesbians, you guys would be besties, whether you have anything in common or not.
We could do the L-word love chart or whatever.
And remember, you guys, we will be rotating panelists in and out all season long. That's how people like Amanda get up here and Diane and other guests that we've had. And if you have something to say or you want to be a part of the show, write to us at thequalkshow@gmail.com. On tonight's show, we have more great hot flashes that everybody has come to love, followed by a fascinating discussion about gender fluidity and gender neutral identifications, basically, of people that feel that they are one of those two categories. We're also going to talk about gender reveal parties. There's a lot of talk in chat rooms and at water coolers about whether or not we should still be applying genders to our kids, boy or girl, or just let them grow up and decide for themselves or be neutral. So that's what's going on tonight's show. How is everybody doing?
Good.
Good. Good.
I'm fabulous.
You're fabulous. That's what the word on the street is. There's Diane. She got it here. It's I was just going to say the viewers are in for a special treat when the camera on the starts working.
When my camera actually gets here, yeah.
Yeah, good job.
I'll recognize you. Everyone knows me in this tri-state area. How do you not recognize me? I've been hiding for 6 years. I'm a little more straight these days that I'm gay, so. Okay.
Like, is there like a there, or is it like a really big area?
It's a huge area. It's huge. We're right by Sesame Place. You know where Sesame Place is? We have season tickets. What? We live 5 minutes from Sesame Place. We should have a big meetup. Mind blown. Look at that. I'm 15 minutes. I'm in Newtown.
That's what the Qualk Show is all about. We're making friends. We're finding out what people are and bringing our community down a little bit. Our exclusive Qualky Talkie members are in for a real treat at the half hour, as we will air the second half hour exclusively for them. And let's just say that if you are liking Amanda so far, you won't want to miss this. Hallie, how can they take part in the second half of what's going to be a gong show?
It is going to be a gong show. What you have to do is go to thequalkshow.world. We'll get you there. And sign up on the exclusive Qualky Talkie membership. It is free currently, so sign up now. And you will get to have access to us like nobody else does. And
that says a lot for Hallie because she's single right now. I couldn't resist. You just set them up for me, Hallie. So, if some people are having trouble signing in from their phones, sorry.
He's frozen like this.
I'm trying to just move on and not.
Wait, everybody do the Hallie.
Please take a picture of this for our next cast. I was trying to move on and just pretend that wasn't good.
so fantastic.
He's pretending
Viewers at home
on right now.
like this.
I don't know.
We're not trying to make fun of her.
Diane, but Hallie is stuck in a interesting facial expression right now on the screen. I'm having a hard time moving on. So let's get rolling with hot flashes. Jaden Smith, as we all know him, the son of Will Smith, recently came out as gender fluid. And interestingly enough, his net worth actually went up afterwards. Why do you think that this happened? And how could this affect our kids that are growing up gender fluid neutral in the world today?
I know why, because you can take advantage of male and female pay rates.
I'm sure that's it. I'm sure that's it.
This class was full at the beginning.
Yeah.
That a celebrity comes out about their life, even if it's on a more personal level, it brings attention. So I think that their network going up makes sense because, unfortunately, in the entertainment industry, they're going to go after what people want. And this is something that's interesting, and people don't know a lot about it. So for me, like, it made sense when I read that. I was like, obviously, network's going to go up because people want to either chase after it, even if it's not for good reason.
Yeah. What do you think, Diane? First of all, how do you identify, and what do you think about the fact that his stock went up after coming out as gender fluid?
I think more kids these days can relate to that. I mean, I even have family members myself that are younger, and we weren't sure if they were going to be gay or straight or what have you, and just teenagers, and just having other celebrities that are out there and cool and they can relate to, and regardless of why they are celebrities, it just makes them feel more comfortable and just makes them see that, you know, there's pictures that he had out there advertising, I believe wearing dresses and what have you. It makes them feel more comfortable what they might be doing behind closed doors, that, wow, everybody loves what he's doing. They're going to love, you know, this about me as well. I mean, that's at least being gender fluid on my end. That's what I think about, you know, people are like, okay, they accept me for who I am. So it's easier for them to see more people out there like that.
100%. I completely agree with that.
I think, like, another thing, if you guys think about it, like Caitlyn Jenner, when she came out, whether she liked it or not, or the transgender community liked it or not, she became the spokesperson for that, right? And a lot of people looked at her, even if it was for, like, to inform themselves because they were unaware. I think that Jaden Smith could very much be this way for the people that identify as gender fluid. I think it could go negative or positive, but for me, even Caitlyn Jenner's story made me dig in to the transgender community more than I did before.
To see, wow, if Caitlyn Jenner can do this and stand up, then wow, how many other people do we know in life that are the same way? It is definitely.
Well, and I mean, it's just a fact of life. Celebrity can give voice to different movements, different, whether everything from charities to movements. If they stand up and be counted behind them, it usually has some sort of effect. What do you think the difference is between, say, someone like Miley Cyrus coming out and saying she's gender fluid, and it didn't really get a lot of talk or play? It was like, oh, Miley. And
actually, that was the problem, Carol.
Yeah. And Jaden coming out and doing the same thing. Is it different for people that were born female or born male to come out as fluid?
I don't think that has anything to do with it, to be honest with you. I mean, think about a few years ago when, or past year, Ruby Rose came out, and everybody went nuts about that with her video that came out. I think it has to do with the fact that Miley Cyrus had more of that craziness and out there type of thing that people weren't so fond of. So I think that was more of her personality that people didn't grip on about, where Jaden Smith was more of a low key and came from that background family that was, all, you know, and of course, being of different races and stuff, speak out that he represents all races as well.
That's true.
I mean, I agree, because people could look at that like Miley Cyrus. Is she doing this for attention? Is it something that she's doing for seeking? Whereas Jaden Smith, we haven't even really heard much, right?
Right. He's quiet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Jaden Smith, for all intents and purposes, too, even though Miley Cyrus is definitely age-wise similar, I see him more as just a child because the way he's projected. So I look to Will and Jada and see what they're doing in response to that. Versus with Miley, I sort of just look at her as her own entity now. She's sort of moved past her parents. And then anyone else that's like Ruby Rose, like I see her as an adult too. So I think that's what the fascination is with, because when you saw Angelina and Brad come out, you know, in support of their son, everyone went, "What is that?" And it was actually kind of cool to accept your kids. So I think this is sort of like the next wave of accepting your kids as cool, but I think that society's struggling still with accepting each other as cool.
Absolutely, but if they see the celebrities come out and they're doing it, all right. Well, let me maybe I can understand my child a little bit better now, also. Maybe
give somebody just a tiny bit of courage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Well, and kind of our topic next week is keeping up with the Joneses, and that happens in not just monetary ways. So if the Joneses are okay with gay people, and the Joneses are okay with being the celebrities are okay with gender fluid people, then it gives the regular public more power and more, I guess, esteem to feel those same ways. Go ahead.
I definitely see that, and if people see other families are accepting it, okay, well, I can look at it that way too, and it's like jumping on the bandwagon is what it really is.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to talk so much more about this on the second half of the show, but we're going to go ahead with a topic that has been very, very hot out of Italy, actually, where feeding kids a vegan diet could mean jail time. Elviro Savino of the Forza Italia Party. You like that I put a little Italian spin on that?
I like that. How Canadian of you.
Everybody's like, no, you didn't. Believes there is nothing wrong with a vegetarian diet as long as you are a consenting adult, and that you can make that choice for yourself. Do you think the government should have any say in what we feed our kids, and what's next? If you're pulling into the McDonald's drive-thru with a van load full of kids, you're going to jail?
I want to speak up on this because I am a vegan, and I have 2 vegan children and vegetarian children. And I had 4 pregnancies. The last pregnancy was a vegan pregnancy. It was the healthiest one ever. Here is where I'm going to chime in and a vegan diet can be amazing and better than a typical American diet. Now, Carol, I'm just speaking American here, okay?
Yes, Canadians eat much better than Americans, as you can see.
But one of the things that gets me really furious about it is if anybody, vegan or not, you need to be educated in what kind of diet you're even feeding yourself, okay? But the thing that gets me is if the government wants to step in, they need to step in with the food stamps. And here's why. If you're going to help somebody and families, they're allowing you to buy ice cream, donuts, cake. And then you can also, I don't know if you guys knew this, Taco Bell, KFC, Long John Silver's, Pizza Hut, all accepts food stamps. Obesity, childhood obesity in the freaking States, it's an epidemic. It's awful. 1 in 3 children aged 2 to 19 are obese. They don't even see their 30s or 40s. So you know what? My thing is, yes, take those kids away. You're going to kill them.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I guess, that says it all right there. I think that somebody that would actually... I think someone that would actually agree with you on this, Amanda, is Jamie Oliver. And Jamie and Jules Oliver recently let their eldest 2 daughters, who are 13 and 14, take part or be present during the birth of their new sibling, the 5th child. People were up in arms about this, being quoted as stating that there should be no child subjected to this brutal and terrifying experience. Would you let your older children be present while giving birth to a sibling?
I think it's none of my damn business what other people do.
Fair enough.
Why don't we define what does brutal mean, right? That's savagely violent. What part of birth is savagely violent?
I mean, ask women who've given birth. I'm going to go if they feel a little savage and violent in that moment.
But the experience itself is so beautiful for me. Now, for my kids or someone else would be like, ooh, I'm off that. That's hands off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Has anyone, you have kids, so never with your 4 or Amanda? Or?
No, and I plan on having at least 1 or 2 more.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend and I are hipster type family. We have no problem if our kids want to be present, but let's be real. My kids are so hands-on, they're going to be fighting me for cutting the cord, and I'm not up for that.
What about your kids, Diane? Are you letting them in the room when you have number 5?
We are not. My wife is having her first child that is biological. The other 4 are foster to adopt.
Okay.
This experience is completely different for us. So we've kept them in. When we did the gender reveal, we did it with the kids. We didn't know until we were with our children, thinking, okay, we're going to do this as a family. They're going to find out with us because they're a part of this whole process. They're learning what it's like to actually be in my wife's belly, and it's new for them.
Yeah.
But that experience for us, I think we want to. Our lives are so public and so out there that I think that we want to keep between just me and her.
Yeah.
To enjoy it for them, and with 3 toddlers. And 2 of the kids' special needs, I don't think that would go well. I think my autistic son would be pressing buttons on things.
Yeah.
Can we just go back to like 3 kids? Like I have 2, and I don't ever want to know what 3 kids is like.
He has 4 and 5th on the way.
I have 3 toddlers. Me and my wife have 3 toddlers and 1 child that's 9. And we have 1 on the way.
What?
We're busy.
I want more. You got 4. I mean, twins is good. I'm okay.
What are you doing over there?
I have 1 8-month-old and I'm dying. Dying.
But when you get to the foster system, your mind opens to be. Going back to the conversation you said about what kids should or shouldn't eat.
Yeah.
Being foster parents in this country, they're worried that kids eat anything alone rather than what they're worried about what's going in their mouth. And then when you take kids for that reason, where are you going to go? Where are they going to go? There's too many children in the system.
Yeah.
So we take as much in as we can.
Yeah.
Help out as much as we
I commend you.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I know to you probably it's just life. It's how you want to be. It's how the family that you've chosen. But it is a commendable thing. So. The world is changing, and thank goodness for that, because it was stuck. I mean, it's always changing, but it's rapidly changing now. And along with that, many of the old beliefs are being proven wrong or questioned by everyone in society, many different belief systems. One of these is the facts surrounding gender. And many people even take issue with stating whether a unborn child is going to be, quote, male or female. And, they're feeling that this should no longer be something that we do, that people should just be gender fluid from birth, and that applying these labels is stifling to this new human. So here's the first question that I have, and Diane, maybe you can answer this for us. What is the difference, if any, between being gender fluid and gender neutral?
I don't know if there's really a difference. I consider myself gender fluid because I identify as a female. Physically looking at me, some people might mistake me for a male. In the beginning, the kids, they called me mom, but didn't know if I was a female or a male. And we had that conversation. We had a conversation that girls can wear dresses and boys can wear dresses. And when we go out to eat or go to a wedding, I'm wearing a bow tie, suspenders, and a button down, and my kids want to mimic me.
Yeah.
And they know I'm mom, but they see me sometimes as a female. The boys want to be like me. And so do the girls. So I just keep that open that anybody can be anything that they want. And yes, I wear men's clothes. I have short haircut. And some people might mistake me as a male, but I love that I'm a female. I never want to change the fact that I am a female. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but gender neutral, I guess it's about the same thing. I mean, I don't...
Okay, so gender fluid is someone that fluctuates between more than one gender, or not both at all, just their own. Gender neutral is the actual idea, like policies and language and that sort of thing. And I identify as gender queer, which is a whole nother thing.
You just never want to categorize yourself.
Bring it on. Let's do it. But, it's very similar to fluid. But I got a question for you, Diane. Can you, like when you get up in the morning, naturally, do you feel feminine or masculine? Do you know? Or is it just...
I'm just me. I can't even explain it. I love that I'm a female. I do. But a lot of ways, I identify as a male. I'm the one who mows the lawn. I'm the one who does the outside work.
That's what I was getting at. Like, is there masculine traits? Masculine...
My wife is femi. My wife is a femi lesbian.
Yeah.
And... I just identify as me. And some people might get confused if they see me or you're male or female. Some people find us on Facebook or Instagram and say, well, your kids call you dad. No, they call me mom because I'm their mom.
Yeah.
Now, how does it make you feel when, I mean, do you have like specific pronouns that you prefer?
I prefer female pronouns.
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife sometimes gets offended by it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
She gets offended like you're a girl, and even though you dress and look like a guy at times, you're still a girl.
Yeah.
And you're still a woman and a female, and it bothers her. She's like, I'm a lesbian.
Yeah.
I don't want to be with a male, and you're not a male. I'm like, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Some people get confused because they don't know, what the situation is. That's
I
all.
actually prefer they and them. I don't like the male pronouns or the female pronouns.
Right.
I cannot involuntarily, like it just happens involuntarily, like if I'm going to have a masculine emotion about something or a feminine trait that comes out, yeah, but...
So here's the question. As like a card-carrying, dyke for the past 21 years, sorry if you hate that word, I love it, so...
I use queer, Carol. I mean...
Yeah. Everybody has something else, something
yeah,
guys,
something
they don't love the word queer.
So
I'm just saying.
just let everybody be them, right? But anyways, so what would be the difference to what I've always maybe considered myself as maybe a butch lesbian, which is a mixture of the fact that I don't want to transition, but I do dress like a boy and myself up as a boy. I shouldn't say do myself up as a boy. I'm just me as well, but I dress more masculine. I like masculine things of that nature. So what would be the difference from me over the past 20 years just considering myself either butch or androgynous as opposed to gender fluid?
I'm gonna jump in on this because I'm not sure if Diana feels.
I don't know shit about this. I'm just
I actually, and I explain it in a vlog that I'm putting out about. I go into depth.
Yeah, what's your blog site, Amanda?
It is either on YouTube and Facebook as Queer as Butch, and it's coming out tomorrow. It took me a lot to come out with this because it has its whole new set of fears. When you come out as something other than heterosexual, you're coming out as gender queer, and that's a whole nother gambit of stuff you have to deal with. But for me, and you can answer this too, Carol, for yourself, is how do you feel about wearing women's panties? How do you feel about wearing women's sexy underwear? Because
like my face or my ass? Specify the area when I'm listening.
It depends. Now you're gonna make me blush, but I kind of fluctuate, to be honest, between boxers and panties. It depends. Really? I can't believe I just said panties on YouTube, and that's gonna be there for the rest of time. Awesome.
Okay. What about Diane? What about you?
No, I don't wear any female clothes whatsoever. I wear boxers.
And I wear sports bras when I can, because here's the thing: it's not like necessarily a choice. I feel violated.
Yeah.
I won't even wear a bikini top for a bathing suit. I wear and a sports bra.
Yep. Me too. Actually, mine's in the boys section though, girl.
Okay. I'm not that small. All right.
So can I ask a question to both of you, because you both are dealing with those emotions? I definitely feel like I have some masculine stuff, but I'm a chick, and I never really had to deal with the queer spectrum part of it. And when we first launched the show, we all had a reservation of calling it a queer spectrum show, because coming to the table, it was sort of like, who really identifies with the word queer? And it's so fascinating during the process to really come in contact with people that really embrace that word and live it. So I'm going to play devil's advocate. When you go into public and you get the stares and you get the weird looks and you have that sort of reservation where you feel like you're not sure if you can trust someone, if they're going to verbally or physically attack you, what is it that gets you through that moment to just be true to yourself? Because I'm hoping that you can talk a little bit about say it to somebody that possibly is feeling like they have to dress in, dresses in front of their parents, but like realistically will go out with their friends in jeans. Like, what do you have to say about that?
It's confidence. You just have to have confidence and security in your life. I'm going to speak on this just because of, like I stated, I have foster children, or adopted foster children, and they are all of African American descent. Yeah. And when we go out, not only is it me holding my black child's hand in public, and they're trying to figure out if I'm a boy or a girl, and why I'm with this child. You have to. At first, it used to bother us. People used to ask us if we were a daycare.
Yeah.
We went out to eat, and then they're looking at me and trying. Oh, she's a female. It's just you have to feel confident and just own it.
Yeah.
And be comfortable, and that's what motivates people to just sit back and watch and learn. And I'm not really worried about the negativity because of who needs it.
In our area, I gather you get positive reactions or more positive reactions than Amanda would because she's in Nashville. So, I mean, do you feel like you get good reactions?
Quite the opposite.
Really?
We have very horrible feedback living in this area.
That's
wow. See, and here's the thing, like talking about self-esteem and owning it and all that kind of stuff. That's how you kind of know that is who you are, because, you know, I could put on, say, a skirt and a camisole and go to the mall so that I fit in with society, and I will stand out more than you've ever seen before for starters, because that's just not a good look.
Tattoos.
But I am so uncomfortable in myself anytime that I've tried to girl myself up for any type of occasion that I stopped doing it like over 10 years ago, because if you don't want me there as me, then you're not going to get me. But the point is
explain
exactly. Even though the way I dress may get more stares out in public, I still am like okay with that and comfortable with that than I would be if I tried to be more like society. You know,
so that actually, honestly, Carol, is a huge message of what you just said. You actually putting yourself in something based on like the birth you were, or like at birth what you were assigned, and you're dressing that part, how uncomfortable you felt. I guarantee you looked uncomfortable too.
Oh.
And that is how inside, for me anyway, as a genderqueer, I feel when I'm trying to portray what the societal norm is for a girl.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I will end that topic on the fact that I dressed as a girl 5 years ago for like a party somewhere. That is the toughest drag you will ever see, my friend, okay? Like that was some rough, and I would not bang me. I would totally... Like, it was not good. It was not. Diane, what is your, I know you're all over the web. Tell me all of your handles. Where can people get a hold of you? Where can they check you out?
We are on, Facebook is Diane and Kristen Ponist. And we are advocates for not only same-sex families, queer families. We advocate for everybody who wants to foster and adopt and for foster children. We have helped hundreds of people foster and adopt through the past couple of years. I also write a blog about our stories, and some people don't like it because they think it's too much, but it's the truth. And it shows the good and bad parts about fostering and where these children come from and why they end up there, and how we all have come to a blended family. I mean, we have special needs, we have medical needs, we have all different races, all different sexualities, and we have so much fun together and so much love. And that's called Fostering Hopes and Wishes on Blogger.
Amazing. I've read a lot of your articles and some of your see you in different groups, posting in different groups, and it's great stuff. Check it out, you guys. I mean, this is what love is all about, is, taking the love that you have for each other and opening your house up and your arms up for children, and the children that need the love. And thank you for being on the show today and sharing a little bit of your knowledge about this subject. I know that we're definitely going to want to have you back, so I'm going to talk.
Especially for our foster episode.
100%. Tonight has been an absolutely it's been a fascinating conversation to me. I could talk about it so much longer, because it's just the whole fact of the queer community is so many different levels of gender identification and different, and not even the queer community anymore, just the kids growing up nowadays. And we didn't even get to gender reveal parties or anything like that, and whether people think they're good or bad or ugly. So we're going to have to come back to this another time. I want to thank the guests. I was going to say guests tonight, but Amanda, I don't know if I consider you a guest anymore. I want to thank Diane for being on the show tonight. Again, we're going to have all of her contact information up on our Facebook page after the show, so that if you want to get a hold of her, you can. And
I would put it in the description of the of the YouTube video too.
Awesome. Most of all, I want to thank you, the viewers, for coming and having coffee or a cocktail with us on a Saturday night, just us girls. Remember to sign up to the exclusive Qualky Talkies membership right now. Do it right now, because we are going to the other half of this hour, and we are grilling that one right there. Amanda.
Yeah, okay, you're grilling me, but don't say girls, because I don't like that term.
Oh my God. Yeah, okay, what do you say?
Categorize her.
If they and them don't apply, what do you say?
It.
No! Oh, hell no!
It's so insulting.
Listen, we're close enough now.
How about and the rest of us will see you next time.
Exactly. Sign up for the Qualky Talkie membership. We're going to release this interview. It's going to be hilarious. And going forward, we're going to be doing some crazy stuff in the second half hour. You want to sign up. Next week, we're playing Never Ever Have I Ever. It's going to be ridiculous. The week after that, I feel a little bit...
You want to come back for that?
Absolutely.
That's the spirit. Bring your one.
Yeah, I feel a little truth or dare coming on. We're basically want Saturday night to be a little bit of education and a whole lot of fun, just hanging out with your girlfriends on a Saturday night. So
we should bring our wives in for that too.
We should bring our wives in for that.
More folks out there.
Yeah, exactly. Next week's show, we are going to do Keeping Up with the Jolie Pitts. It's our version of Keeping Up with the Joneses. And how do we provide for our kids what they see the neighbors having, what they see on TV? How do we provide for them everything that they want, or should we even try? That's what I'm going to go with. Thanks for watching, everybody. And remember, there is always something to quack about. See you next Saturday, everybody.